glad to be here with MPP Guy Marteau, Rod Phillips. You all set? My friends, I've been clear on my priorities for Ontario. My plan is to get our economy moving, and my plan is to get you moving. Right now, too many parts of Ontario are paralyzed because the transit we need isn't getting built. I hear it everywhere. As I travel across Ontario, people are fed up. People are fed up being stuck in traffic for hours, fed up with being crammed into overcrowded subways and buses, fed up that some neighborhoods are stuck with second-class transit. People are fed up with a two-tier transit system, a system that leaves you out in the cold. But on June the 7th, change is coming, relief is on the way. Friends, you know where I stand. You know that I want to build new subways. And that means fixing the transportation mess. As Premier, my commitment to you is this: we will get you moving no matter where you live, whether you drive or whether you take transit. We will get you moving so you can get to work faster and you can get home to your family faster. Here's how we're going to do it. The first thing we're going to do is fix the TTC. Toronto's subway system was once the best in the world, a system that was the envy of every major city. But today, 50 years later, we have fallen behind. Toronto's subway system has fallen behind because politics and inaction has gotten in the way. And too many special interests are making even the simplest investments outrageously expensive. Friends, Toronto is the economic engine of Canada, and world-class cities need world-class subway systems. Hundreds of thousands of people use the TTC every day, and it's time the province stepped up. It's time we treated transit like the vital service it is. It's time for real action on this file. It's time to think big and build a transit that we need, and that's what we're going to do. We will upload responsibility for building and maintaining the subway lines from the city to the province. The city will still run the subways, keep the subway revenues, and employ TTC workers. And I have to tell you, we have great TTC workers. I love them. I support them. You have 100% of my support. But getting new subways built, that will be my job. We're going to add $5 billion in new subway funding to the approximately $9 billion already available. We will use this funding to close the Shepherd Loop, to build the relief line, and to make the Young Line extension to Richmond Hill a reality. We're going to respect drivers, respect neighborhoods. We're going to make sure that the future crosstown expansions are only built underground. We're going to build a truly regional transit system like the city has never seen, a system that connects people in Ontario, a system that will get you where you need to be. Outside of Toronto, we're going to fund two-way, all-day GO service. This will include the Niagara GO expansion. It will also include funding phase 2 of the Ottawa LRT and investing in regional transit projects in other urban centers, including Hamilton, Mississauga, Brampton, Kitchener-Waterloo, and London. These investments will included into our costing plan, a plan that is responsible investments for our future. It's time to stop playing the blame game. It's time to start rolling up our sleeves and get to work. It's time to put the shovels in the ground, and it's time to build the transit that will get you moving. Today, I want to send a clear message to everyone who is frustrated by Ontario's transit crisis. On June the 7th, change is coming and help is on its way. Thank you.
How are you going to pay for it and what is it
Okay,
going
we'll
to
take
cost?
questions and pass the mic around. Please wait for the mic and identify yourself and your outlet, please.
Where are we going here? There we go.
Yes.
Hi, Mr. Ford. Marika Walsh with iPolitics. I'm wondering how much this is going to cost. What price tag are you putting on this? And you've now rolled out already several billions in new spending. So doesn't that mean that you'll have to find more than 4% in efficiencies?
Yeah, so good question. So we're going to put the $5 billion on top of the $9 billion. We're also going to leverage money off the feds. We feel that will be sufficient. Plus, we can do things that the City of Toronto can't do. The City of Toronto can't amortize it over a long period of time. Ontario can amortize it over a long period of time. But we have to start building transit, not for 20 years, 50 years to 100 years. We have to think of the future. We have to make sure that we have a vision of the city and the GTA in many years to come. And the only way we can get people from point A to point B is make sure we produce and build rapid underground transit, similar to the Bloor Line 60 years ago. What would we do without the Bloor Line? We're going to do the same around the GTA in Toronto, but it will truly be the first regional transportation system. I'm excited and I can't wait to get the shovels in the ground.
But won't
Cynthia?
that need more efficiencies with the 4% question?
Cynthia,
Will you have to do
no,
more
actually,
efficiencies?
again, I'm just saying we're amortizing it over a long period of time that the TTC can't do. Cynthia, it was good show last night, by the way, the other night.
Thank you. How are you going to pay for it, and what will you do with the Scarborough subway? You've railed against the one-stop Scarborough subway.
Yeah.
Are you going to add more stops to it?
Yeah, we're going to go back to the original plan. If you remember, you were down there. The original plan was fully funded by the feds, the province, and the city. We're going to make sure we have a plan for the future of the people of Scarborough. 630,000 people in Scarborough have been ignored for decades and decades. My friends of Scarborough, help is on its way. We're going to build proper transit, underground transit, not a two-tier transit system that all the people in Scarborough have to stand out in the freezing cold in the winter, and everyone else in the city gets rapid underground transit. So we will be adding 2 additional stops on that. Thank you.
Next question.
Hey, Mr. Ford, Liam Casey with the Canadian Press.
Yes.
What do you think of Kathleen Wynne picking the heart of Ford Nation for her first campaign stop?
Well, she's entitled to go everywhere she wants. I'm sure I'll be in her neighborhood, and I just look forward to campaigning. We're going to be off to Ottawa speaking to people out there, and it's going to be an exciting campaign over the next 28 days or so, and people are going to have a very clear choice by the time we're done. We can either continue the reckless spending under Kathleen Wynne and Andrew Horwath. They're the same people. You know what I mean? They just want to spend and tax. We're actually going to put money back in the taxpayer's pocket. We're going to build great transit. We're going to be there to help the people. And we'll have this province prosperous once again. We'll be the most prosperous region, the most prosperous province in the entire country.
Next question.
Hi, Doug. Chris Reynolds, QP Briefing. You are running for the political leadership of this province. I don't mean to be impertinent, but I was hoping you could explain to the people of Ontario how a bill becomes law, just step by step.
Well, you know something, my friend? We can run through that. And I know this is a gotcha question and everything, because that's your game, big smile on your face. But don't worry, I'm going to show you how many bills we're going to pass. We're going to pass endless bills down there. And I hope you're down there to watch the bills get passed.
How, sir?
Go ahead, my friend. Next question.
One last question.
Hi, Alan Carter from Global News. Doug.
Yeah, hey, Alan.
New exclusive polling for Global shows that essentially voters don't like any of the options, even PC supporters not really thrilled about options. Why is that, and how do you change that?
Options for what, Alan? I'm sorry.
Options for leadership in terms of voters, in terms of who to choose to vote.
Well, I think they're going to be pretty clear over the next 28 days. We have a great plan and the people will get out and vote. But what is great about this election, we're attracting people from the NDP, we're attracting from the Liberals, other PC folks that haven't been involved in the party for 20 years. We look forward to having a big tent and forming the next government. And it's going to be exciting because, again, when I've crisscrossed this province, every single event, every event, people come up to me, lifelong Liberal, I'm voting for you. Lifelong NDP, I'm voting for you. I've never voted before in my life, but I'm voting for you. So people are frustrated. People are angry at the situation they're facing right now in the province with the outrageous hydro bills and the taxes, hospital wait lines. We're going to fix that. We're going to put money back into the people's pocket, reduce hydro rates, and we're going to get this province moving once again.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you very much.
How is
Thank
$5
you.
million going to build all this when you can only build one subway stop for $3 billion?